Hey there, everybody. You see the duck, you see the title. Oh, you clicked on the video, so you know what this is. Anyway, I know I've been saying in the community posts and on Twitter by how very much on fire Twitter is. Constantly. We hit 100 subs! I'm very grateful that even, I was super pumped when I saw 50. But I kind of kept those goals quiet to myself. It probably didn't help the growth whatsoever. Same with getting to 100, except now I don't advertise myself all that well. I kind of want to let my content do the talking for me, or let all of you do the talking for me. That's why I say, if you like the video, you know what to do, and much appreciate you if you do. But I don't want to be like, subscribe, all that stuff, ring the bell and stuff like that. Oh, wait, I said it, so I wonder if it does the thing for me, too. I don't know. It's hot. Anyway, I'm gonna let this part of the video be my thank you to everyone, and be going through things. Actually, no, let's just pour my heart out. Receiving 100 subs was originally, just something I was just oh, I might be able to do it one day. Maybe if I actually, got up and tried advertising myself more, showing off the videos that are on the channel, showing off the videos that will be on the channel, videos that I myself still enjoy to this day, or Let's Plays I feel particularly proud of. All the video stuff is done by one person, me. The editing, the processing, the recording, it's all just me here. So the fact that I was able to do that, and the most I could really say had going for me was the outstanding artwork by Tan Frost. The guy who did all my artwork. And whose artwork I continue to use and continue to enjoy using in new ways. It's part of the reason why the random thumbnails got updated and changed. But these years on YouTube, I'm gonna just go into it. 2020 has been... Ever since 2020, everything has been so... It's like someone turned up the difficulty rating, and I'm shocked I have not yet lost my mind. If I'm being perfectly honest. There has been so many things that have gone on since then. And to say I'm tired would be an exaggeration. I'm in a perpetual state, as I'm sure many are, of just exhaustion. Every day it's something else, it's something different, and it weighs on you. Take the teachings I learned in high school. Friggin' not even my first year, it's the best part too. It was my second year of high school, my health class. I had a teacher, his name was Mr. Quinn, and he told us he warned us all in his class about how devastating stress is to the body. What it does to you physically and mentally, what it can do to you. His story that I still remember to this day is, he recalls a guy that lived in his neighborhood. He'd see him every day, just with his headphones on, jamming out to music. And one day, when he looked at him, he noticed man didn't have the headphones plugged into anything. They were wired headphones. They weren't plugged into anything. He'd gone crazy, and he knew the man, too. So he knew that the man was going through a lot of stressful things, and it just broke him. Part of the reason I made the channel is, as I'm sure I've stated before, but I'm willing to repeat here, I want to make a place where I can make people happy. As a young child, I remember telling my father, one of the things I wanted to do in life was I wanted to make everyone happy. I was a very, very gentle and kind soul when I was little. And it's still a bit of something I want to do. I know I can't make everyone happy. Some people's goals just directly contradict other people's goals. But if I can make someone laugh or have a better day, if I can get a chuckle, or if I'm even just that background noise that you listen to occasionally, I'm glad. I'm glad for everyone who subscribes to the channel. I'm glad for everyone who continues to watch the videos, who enjoys me. Like, I would love it if this could become my career. Because I do enjoy recording. I physically enjoy recording. It makes me happy. I get pumped. I get excited. I'm happy. I'm just like, yeah, I recorded something, and I feel like, I had some good funny bits. I had some good moments. Because it recreates the magic that still exists in my heart when I used to be little and I used to watch my dad play games. I'd finish up homework, dinner would be finished, I'd run into the living room with my brother and sisters, and we'd sit down and crowd around the couch and we'd watch Dad play games. He'd play Burnout, he'd play Metal Gear, and like I still remember those moments, going through those emotions with my dad and my brother and my sisters. We'd share in those moments, and those memories are deeply ingrained in me. I don't think, even if I go through some catastrophic stress that breaks me mentally, I don't think I'll forget about those memories. And gaming as a whole, and the couch watching aspect, it bridges gaps. You can get older folks who, like, my grandpa is a good point here. My grandpa still plays games. He could have been a great grandpa at some point. If you go by pets being family, then he is a great grandpa, because both my sisters have their own pets. But I'm so incredibly thankful that, getting off the sidetracking, that everyone who has subscribed and everyone who will subscribes to this channel, and that you're all basically just sitting on the big old couch with me. I hope that when you point out funny moments and such, that it brings you just as much joy. I know for a fact my own hubris tends to get the better of me whenever I game, and I hope that those funny moments where it bites me, it can make you laugh too. There's a moment on PlayStation. I wish I was recording at the time, but I was playing Demon Souls. And I spent a good half hour to an hour trying to beat a boss. And when the boss was all but assuredly beaten, I died. Spoiler warning for anyone who has yet to play Demon Souls or the remake. It's the Dragon God fight. I managed to aim my way through with spells and clear out the rubble, dash between, and once I was finally at the end, I toyed around. I switched to the fist, and while I was switching to my fist to go punch the Dragon God as a sign of disrespect and disgrace, his mouth still breathes fire, as I discovered, and it one-shot me. I sat there, I looked down at my controller in my hands, and I went quiet as I started to chuckle. As I thought about chuckling for a little bit. Jamer, who was watching, proceeds to go, look what happened. Look what happened. And he's just like, you feel silly now? I'm just like, yep, no, I feel absolutely silly. I'm devastated. I feel like the dumbest man on the planet right now. There is no comprehending the amount of stupid I am in this exact moment in time. And that is how I genuinely felt. And those moments are what I really do live for in gaming. I love seeing the YouTubers that I watch have funny moments, or moments of just, wait, what? Be it they discover something new, or they made a big error on their part, or for group channels, people who unfortunately get betrayed in the end. I want to be that channel for some of you. I want to be that channel that you guys just go to and you have a moment. Oh. I've never heard the suction or seen it. But I want to be that channel for you guys. I want to be a Let's Play channel. I want to be a random gameplay channel. And I want, like, you all to experience unedited gaming. Like, the quiet moments where you can just tell I'm thinking so hard right now, trying to figure out what do I do in this situation. The panic noises that I make. I can't call them screaming. I think a scream is more a single letter, possibly 2 letters. But what I do is definitely a keyboard smash sound effect. On top of that, there have been so many... Gaming itself has been shocking me as of late, due to just the re-releases and a game series that seem to come back from the grave. And while I'm on this topic, I'm also going to share a few personal things about my gaming journey and what I really hope ends up coming back. So, on the bottom of this list comes the games that may come back as ports. And for that, it'd be something like Generation of Chaos, which I played on the PSP. Yggdrasil Union actually did come back, and I do own it on Steam. I'm considering doing a playthrough of it, but I'm not exactly sure how well that would go. Mostly because, as an adult, I'm not as stupid as I was back then. So, I'm learning things. But other games that have also come out that I'm happy have come out are the Valkyrie games. I hope the one that was on the DS comes back in some capacity, because I would actually like to play it and understand what I'm doing this time. Although I did get Lenneth, and I have it on the P5. I like it. Although I'm scared to continue because I know how very easily you can screw yourself over in that game. I know the recent Valkyria game wasn't exactly liked, and I can understand that. If I were to compare the two, Lenneth clearly stands head and shoulders as a port above the new game. But again, personal opinion. We got, again, the Let's Play is a game series that I did not see coming back in this era, but I'm super pleased that it is, Dragon Quest Monsters. So I hope that that Monsters is a success story, and we can get more and new Dragon Quest Monsters games, preferably one similar to the Jacobian Tower games, please, and thank you, Square. As for something else that probably won't come back, but I really wish would, there's a group. There's a small group. So the first is Soul Sacrifice. A Vita game, which, unfortunately, never really got the chance to fly. Maybe at the height of Vita's popularity, it might have been a niche thing, but I don't think it was. I remember seeing a lot of the same names whenever I did play on my Vita, and, oh, the poor Vita. Like, all you had to be was a PSP2, and you couldn't, and that's just sad. Another one from that era is Freedom Wars. Freedom Wars is such fun. I just remember it being fun. Like, if you haven't seen either of the games I've just listed, please check them out and see if, like, you would have enjoyed it. I don't know, maybe someone out there can recreate something like it. I wouldn't even care if an indie dev just, like, took the concept and then improved upon it. I'm totally fine with that. And lastly, the series is not dead, but I would like it to come out of hibernation, God Eater. I've heard rumors about 4 coming out. I still need to beat the other ones, because Lord knows I haven't. But it's just something that I'm happy, because we are like Thousand Year Door, one of the few Paper Mario games that I succeeded my brother in, is coming back. I need to actually finish up on Pokemon too, Scarlet and Violet. I need to actually finish the Pokedex there. Well, finish the third DLC. The second DLC is Pokedex. I finished up Kizukami, and I finished up the base game. So I need to go for the third game, which is going to be a little hard. It's going to be a little hard. I have to actually, do things. And of course, they nerfed the way that you can easy grind for money, so that's going to be a problem. Is what I would say. Oh, sweet. No. But, like, And I do have, I'm still trying to think of something to do as a 100 subscriber special. I don't know what to do. I don't. I can't just play a horror game. I don't mesh well with those. Anyone who's seen the channel knows I don't. There's a specific type of horror I can deal with, but like, I can't do jump scares. I can't do tense atmosphere into jump scares. I will scream. I will hurt my voice. And again, probably my fault. I'll share something with you. Oh. He thinks the headphone be dying. That's why I'm getting a... So let's just go ahead and fix that issue. There you go, headphones. Nice and charging now. But, horror. Horror and heroic. A little bit of sharing time. Maybe you all have similar stories to me. Who knows? In fact, if you do have a similar story, tell me about it. Maybe we can relate. Maybe I can hit you with the same, fam. But my journey into horror, unfortunately, started at a very young age. Keep in mind, this was a different time. I don't begrudge anyone for what's happened either. Quite frankly, it helped shape who I am, and it probably helped keep my kind heart intact. You know, because I didn't have to see such horrible things whenever someone in the friend or family wanted to watch a horror movie, so... But when I was very little, I saw a little bit of Scream. Now, being little and seeing that, and I'll explain the circumstances behind that in a moment, it probably doesn't help much, especially when trying to go to sleep. But what happened was this. I was at my grandmother's house on my mom's side. My grandma and my grandpa at the time were just vibing in bed. We were relaxing. Our aunt was taking care of us. And I wanted to spend some time with them, so I went in the room. They were just letting whatever was playing on the TV play. So I sat down out of sight from them, because I was little. So, unlike the hulking man, I'm not that tall. The hulking man that I am now, I was probably no taller than a counter at that time. And when I sat down, I shrank even further. So I was not seen until I screamed at the horror moment, to which my grandparents turned off the TV and checked on me. But yeah, the damage was done. The second instance of horror for me was when I was watching my father play Resident Evil. This was specifically Resident Evil 2, I remember, because Leon ended up becoming a comfort character for me, as well as a nickname I like to use, because I wanted to try to be brave like him. You can say cringe or such, I accept it fully. I think it's adorable. I'm also thinking that Past Me is adorable, and I've long since gone on record that if I could, I would strangle Past Me at times. At times. Not little me, but like teenage me. Teenage me could use a little bit of bullying. So mean. But what ended up happening was I saw some horror. I saw some of the horror stuff from Resident Evil there. Duck and cover. Get it? Duck and cover. Anyway, what ended up happening was I had several nightmares that very much made me never want to touch horror again. Any form of it, I was just absolutely like, no. I developed my philosophy then and there. The never again philosophy. Turns out never again is never really never again. It's just until I want to change who I am as a person. I did end up overcoming these very drastic, almost irrational fears of watching horror things again. I didn't want to relive the nightmares that I had. Tamed by today's comparisons, I'm sure, but like, especially what I could come up with now. Oh, if I had this mind back then and coming up with nightmares, forget about making a YouTube channel. I would be bunkered down heavily. I would probably have agoraphobia to a decent degree, I would imagine, rather than my distrust and slight fear of spiders. What can I say? Anyway, those two really did shape me. I'm now kind of interested in horror. I can handle it, but just jump scares, man. I'm still perpetually weak to those. Anyway, I think with that, we can kind of take a break from the heroic talks. Once again, amazing thanks to all of you for subscribing and sticking with the channel. I promise you, I will try to figure out something good for the 100 subscriber special. I want to keep doing the new things like Let's Sample and stuff. I want to do more talks, too, just to get my thoughts out there. Maybe share some ideas that I have in mind that I want to share with someone, but can't. So why not just scream into the abyss and see what responds, you know? Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, you know what to do. Much appreciate you if you do. Until the next one, I just want to say, laters.